What's up, bro?
What's going on, bro? It's Curtis Weekly, man.
Welcome back to the show,
Top-
man. You?
Yeah, man. I appreciate everything you're doing, man. It's a beautiful thing right here, chopping it up with you.
Right.
But I got something to come out real soon. Voices, the Unheard from prison. That's
Right.
gonna be a little tighter. People's in prison gonna be speaking to the world, you know what I'm saying? They got a story just like I have a story, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Motherfucker wanna be able to share all these different stories for different peoples and different backgrounds. A lot of us been really, been bitten through all these little joints we've been getting transferred from and started from the Cook County jail to juvenile and Audi home and shit, but I never been to the Audi home. I've just been to the Cook County jail and the joints and shit like that. But we still know of each other. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, running in and out these jails like that, you know, a lot of us was beefing with each other. A lot of us was stabbing each other and hurting each other and fighting and all type of shit. But when it's time to come together as a whole for something real, and this what we do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't really get the chance to really understand it. Because
Right.
everybody got a life and everybody got a choice they have to make. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's just like, we have a choice and we behind these walls. You hear me?
Right.
And our voice, it never be heard. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it just feel like we out of sight, out of mind. It feel like most of us feel like we dead. You know what I'm saying? This place that's drained us so much through all the mental health and all the shit we got to go through for us in these jails. Even though you know even though we here and this is a place we live at right now at this moment. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we, most of us we feel like we be forgotten out there in that world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it shouldn't have to be like that because at the end of the day, everybody out there, mostly everybody out there got somebody in prison they love, but don't know how to really communicate with them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You wait till, you don't have to wait for death to really communicate with us, because at the end of the day, we still human. You know what I'm saying? Most of us still have the same heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody make mistakes out there. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me out there in that world like y'all ain't make a little mistake out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it could have cost your life, or it could have cost yourself being in this situation and being locked up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got mamas, we got aunties, we got uncles, we got nephews, we got cousins, we got siblings, we got friends. We got all these people locked up, bro. Yeah. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's just like people don't see that, don't really understand that. This can't happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
you out there, you living a decent life. You got a house, you got a crib, or you got a car. But guess what? All that shit can get took away from you on a blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trust me. We all been through that shit. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
We felt like we had the world out there, and then when we come here, all that shit got taken away from us. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the same people we love, the ones went to the crib and got that shit. You hear me? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So at the end of the day, it's just like you can't pick up the phone and just say, man, look, I'm finna go up there and see my loved one from prison. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you got to really understand, like, we all make mistakes in life. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't chose to be here. It's just things out there happening. You know what I'm saying? I didn't wake up in the morning and wake up in the middle of the night, to think I'm gonna be in jail for a crime I never committed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't think that. You know what I'm saying? But shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And it's never too late to 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 apologize to a person for what you did. You know what I'm saying? To anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not never too late. You know. You don't have to wait till a person to come home. Then for you to support somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like everybody out there, a lot of people don't been to the joint before. You know, we used to be next door neighbors. All us used to be next door neighbors, most of us. You hear me? Now in the world, it's just like you out of sight, out of mind. You hear me? You know, people out there that do something for certain individuals and not doing nothing for a whole. You know, you doing something for a person you fuck with. You know what I'm saying? But when you talking about this justice system and it's corrupt, all y'all basically talking about the same thing, but they not on the same page. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they just do shit for certain individuals. You know, I know a million motherfuckers don't went home and said they was gonna do this and do this for somebody, and ain't done shit, bro. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? You know. No, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hold your hand. You know what I'm saying? No, but at the end of the day, you've been here before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what the fuck going on in this system. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know? So why you can do something for a stranger, but why you can't do nothing for somebody you love and somebody who cared about you at the same time? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know? But a stranger can walk up on you, you give them whatever, you hear me? You know? But you can't reach out to one of your loved ones while they in this motherfucking system and say you love them. And man, I got something for you. I got some pictures, you know? I got a little few dollars for you. The don't work out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you meeting a friend on the street. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you like her. So you finna try to give her the world at this moment. You know what I'm saying? Wishing she ain't really asked for it, but it's something that's happened because you liked her. You know, you took her out. You asked her, what's her name? She told you her name. She say, I'm finna go get my hair done and get my nails done. You hear me? You in the possibility, you know, you like her, so you want to just say the same thing. I'm finna go get I want to go get my nails done and my hair cut. This is a possibility I can go with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And at that moment, you don't pay for your haircut and pay for her hairdo and her nails and her foot done. You hear me? You know, on the street, you just met her. You hear me?
Right.
But you gave her something really nice and something special that day. You know what I'm saying? And you can do it the same thing what you did for the friend you just met. You can do it for one of your loved ones in here. You know what I'm saying? They appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
You know? It's just something a person should do. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't have to do it, but it's something you should do if you happen to be in this situation. What you want a motherfucker to do for you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know? You don't want the same thing. Like, man, okay, I want you to bring the kids up here. I want you to you know, come and see me a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? If you can, you know, time to time, you know. But when you don't have that, you feel like you lost. You know what I'm saying? You know how many motherfuckers don't got buried in these jails and they loved ones ain't come and pick them up, bro. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. But they got graveyards in these jails. They know what, if your family don't come and get you, what they bury you down here some motherfucking way. You hear me?
Right.
You know? No, so it's just like, where the love at? You hear me?
Right.
You know? This shit ain't all about me, though. I'm not looking for no fame. I'm not looking for no clap. I'm just looking for justice for all. You know what I'm saying? You know? I ain't chose to do this. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see everybody win. It don't matter what type of kind you is, what type of color you is. I want to see you win, you know? But you got to believe in it. Because a lot of people feel like, well, man, I got all this money. I got all this stuff. But you don't have the heart. You hear me? You know? You don't have the heart to hide that shit. You hear me? Because it can be taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? You got to have heart to hide everything you hide. Because if you can be out there doing all the things you can for a person. You hear me? But a person you doing it for really have to appreciate that. To wake up and thinking like, well, damn, this man just did something for me. Out of count his heart, he ain't have to do it, but he woke up and gave me a turkey, or he gave me a plate, or he gave me the shoes off his feet, or he gave me a coat. You know what I'm saying? The same thing y'all out there doing for other people, and you don't really know them. It's time for y'all to try to figure out trying to do something for y'all loved ones sitting up in these jails. You know what I'm saying? Patch up all the relationships. Y'all don't have disagreements about certain things, but at the end of the day, it's all about just coming together and fixing it. You know what I'm saying?
1 minute remaining.
Because motherfuckers just feel like they want to wait for a funeral to fix something. Oh, I should go see her. I should go see her now. I should go see him now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I should go give him his flowers now. No. Give him his flowers and get her flowers while she's still living. You hear me?
Right.
Motherfuckers appreciate that. You hear me? The don't want count. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about y'all all the time, bro. You hear me? It's time for y'all to appreciate life as y'all go. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't going to live forever. You hear me? But while we is living forever, we going to appreciate this shit. You hear me? I'm going to chop it back up with you nice. You hear me? This phone finna come out. Cut off, bro. But be looking for voices of the unheard from prison speaking. That shit finna come out real soon. So be looking for it. It's gonna be all the prison people be speaking on the phone. So